This Gouging Fire team is one of the coolest teams to come out of the previous global challenge. Now, I am really excited for this because Gouging Fire is one of my favorite Pokemon from the DLC. And it's not being played in the way you'd think. You guys can probably already see it. It's probably sticking out like a sore thumb, and that is Lava Plume. Now, you might be saying, hey, why Lava Plume? Now, beside Baxcalibur, this is effectively the same as Howl, and you are getting chip damage on your opposing Pokemon as well, potentially breaking something like a Focus Sash, potentially burning them, and you can't burn the Baxcalibur either. So it's effectively the same as Baxcalibur, as a Howl going into Baxcalibur right here. And you also have the added benefit now of just having weakness policy on your Goldango. So now you can Lava Plume beside your Baxcalibur, or you can Lava Plume beside your Goldango. And it's just one of the coolest teams I've seen from the Global Challenge. It did, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was 117th place. I'll put the exact rating on the screen if I am wrong. But there's also tons of reports on this. There's a report on this team. There's a Pokepaste, there's a rental. I will leave all that in the description down below for you guys. Also be sure to check out the creator as well. But we're going to do a little feature here, guys, and I'm going to be honest. I tried to record this video on cartridge, okay? I played 6 games, and out of those 6 games, I disconnected 5 times. So, you know what? We're going to shift gears, and we're going to do the showcase on Showdown for a little bit. And the one game I did manage to get in, I'll throw at the end of the video. At least that way we do have a actual footage of an in-game game going for you guys. But we're going to start off, we're going to quickly look at the team since now we have the advantage of being on Showdown. Gouging Fire, guys, nothing too crazy. This is your standard booster speed Gouging Fire. I'm not too entirely sure what the EVs are for, as the team report was in Japanese, but I will give you my best guess. 204 is pretty much your standard. It's outpacing those Scarf Adamant Urshifus with the booster speed. It's outpacing the Adamant Urshifus. If you do happen to lose your booster, it is just a very strong speed stat to hit. I would prefer to creep that a little bit, but personally that just seems to be the common one. You tend to need your EVs elsewhere, right? But once again, the standard stuff. The only thing different is you have Lava Plume over Howl, and I've already been over why that's so good beside Baxcalibur and Goldango. Baxcalibur, once again, your standard Clear Amulet, 3 attack Baxcalibur. Obviously, Baxcalibur isn't crazy common right now, but I do still think it is a very strong option. And of course, you have the Thermal Exchange, so you can't get burned, and you get boosted if they get by a fire type attack. Thanks to the Gouging Fire, you can do that yourself. And once again, just you're hitting the second bump in attack. I don't know if I agree with max HP, but obviously they had something going for them, so we'll go with that. Goldango, same thing, just send attacks, weakness policy. I would prefer a little bit bulkier here. I don't think you need to be max special attack, especially if you have a weakness policy. It feels a little bit aggressive, but we're going to play with what the original creator had, because obviously they got 117th in the global challenge, which is nothing to laugh at, right? That's a pretty strong option. Pretty strong result. Then, of course, you got just your standard Amoonguss. They opted for Clear Smog over Protect. Everything else, nothing too crazy going on here. Tornadus, Rocky Helmet. Once again, absolutely nothing crazy. Bleak Wind, Tailwind, Rain Dance, Protect. Rain Dance is pretty cool. Once again, just trying to say, oh, your Goldango is going to hit. I'm going to hit my Goldango with a fire type attack. I'm going to set up the Rain Dance. I'm going to take it very, very well, and I'm going to get my policy. I think it's a really cool option. And not only do you do that, you also get the Rain Dance to activate your water type Urshifu here, which is just your standard Choice Scarf Water Urshifu. Probably can use any Urshifu spread, Scarf Urshifu spread that you have. It'll probably effectively be the same thing. But let's jump into a few games for you guys right now. We're actually going to get open team sheets here in this first game, which is actually pretty good for Showdown. Normally on the best of one ladder, you don't see it too often. But we're going to get Sun, which not super happy to see. I'm not entirely certain how I want to play around it. The one thing I do know, though, is Torn Goldango goes absolutely crazy into this team, and we're going to make sure we utilize that. That's going to be what we're going to try and capitalize on. I do want my Min Speed Amoonguss here as well, because if they do opt for that Trick Room mode, I would love to have something to shut it down. The question becomes, I think all 3 of these last pieces are absolutely just terrible here, and I don't know which way I'm supposed to work with this. I feel like it's supposed to be like a Gouging Fire for at least having a bulky piece as switch-in. But Baxcalibur having Ice Shard is very tempting right now. I'm going to go Gouging just because it doesn't lose to the Iron Hands. Speaking of the Iron Hands, there it is. It is close combat as well, so that is fine. It can be attack boosting right now. That's their only Trick Room setter. They're probably committed to go Terra Water. It's more so a question of what are they going to do from the Iron Hands. I think what I want to do is I want to go into Amoonguss and I want to plot. Perfect. And they're going to get Trick Room up. I've basically said go ahead and get the Trick Room off. I can't really do anything about that. They were going to get that off every single day of the week. Not much I could have realistically done there. Now what they should be going for now is the Terra Grass on Iron Hands so they cannot get redirected. And I think regardless, Gholdengo is going to be able to survive this attack. And because I think Gholdengo is going to survive this attack right now, what I'm going to do is I think I might just allow Amoonguss to just sit on the field and go down. I will Spore just in case for whatever reason they give me the damage. They're not going to, but just for whatever reason if they do, we'll take it. And Terraing doesn't help me here, so we'll send to Make It Rain. They're going to hard pivot into Torkoal actually. And they're going to give me the Spore into the Iron Hands as we click a +2 Make It Rain. I feel like you have Terra Grass. Maybe they were thinking that I wasn't going to send that, but I was just going to send that every single time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am going to go Terra Water. I'm going to put the Torkoal to sleep, and I'm just going to protect the Gholdengo right now. And then next turn, I'll just send more damage. I have no problem just consistently sending this damage. It feels incredibly, incredibly strong. Right, Torkoal. I mean, their best play is to swap Torkoal back out into Hatterene, but I don't even know if that gets them anywhere. We're going to get a Amoonguss with the water type now. Gholdengo is going to protect. Here comes a Weather Ball into Gholdengo. Why is it Weather Ball? Anyways, Spore is coming out. I was expecting like an Eruption there, but because they Terra Fired, I can just put this Iron Hands back to bed. I'm actually going to Nasty Plot again because they're guaranteed to take sleep turns right now, so I can just protect off the last turn of Trick Room and get boosted back up on my Gholdengo now. Absolutely no reason not to do that, and I believe this is simple as, yeah, this is simple as they should be doing that. Okay, game 2 for you guys. We got Weezing Gigas, which is something we saw a lot of in the GC, surprisingly. I didn't think Regigigas was actually going to make too much of a meta change, but you know what, here we are. The biggest concern here is they're turning off our abilities, and I think because of that it's a little more annoying. But once again, Gouging Fire, still incredibly strong, and it's just going to get things off. You know, we're going to go Lava Plume, potentially maybe get a burn on the Gigas. We're going to go Breaking Swipe, hinder off its attack. We're not getting our booster speed, unfortunately, but it's still a really strong option. We don't know what's on the Gigas because they haven't opened sheets, which understandable. I definitely want Amoonguss late game. I think Amoonguss is incredibly, incredibly strong here. I don't want to lead it because it's just going to get like taunted down. However, maybe I do want to lead it. No, I think I can lead it. I think I can get away with Amoonguss on lead. I definitely want Gholdengo late game for sure. And I think I almost want like late game Tailwind. But then again, a Scarf Urge end game is never a bad thing. So we're going to go Scarf Urge in the end game. And this is probably a weird iteration of what I'm supposed to be doing with this team. I feel like 9 times out of 10, I want to be leading Gouging Fire beside Baxcalibur or Gholdengo. However, I think because they have like Weezing and they're turning off my abilities, it just feels a little less optimal. But they're going to bring in the Iron Hands right now. I am going to go Burning Bulwark, and I am just going to simply click Spore into the Urshifu. They should fake out my Amoonguss. Actually, no, Bulwark. That's bad. I should not have clicked Bulwark there. They're going to U-turn the Amoonguss. That's fine. Something is getting spored, or it's going to be the Ogerpon. Either or, I am perfectly fine with. They should double the Amoonguss. I'd be shocked if they actually... Volt Switch is fine. Volt Switch is understandable. It's not what I was expecting, but it's understandable. We're going to go Breaking Swipe right now, and I am just going to start Pollen Puffing the Ogerpon. I don't think they want to click Trick Room. I don't think they want to do anything of that sort. Sorry, not Trick Room. I don't think they want to click Follow Me. I don't think they want to click an attack. I think they probably want to click Follow Me. There we go. English is a hard language. I figured it out, guys. But regardless, even if they don't click Follow Me and they do try to attack, we're getting a very strong option here because we're Breaking Swiping them down. They actually Terra'd, meaning I can Spore them next turn, which I don't really mind at all. Ivy Cudgel, oh, they're going to crit me. Fun. Fun times. Fun times. I am going to actually redirect and Breaking Swipe again. I don't see a reason not to right now. Just make them come into my Amoonguss for a little bit. I'm able to redirect this at will. Yeah, there's a Spiky. That's a good Spiky Shield. That is a very good Spiky Shield. We do go down to that. Urshifu does take its chip damage, but Urshifu's going to what? U-turn again? I don't really care, yeah. So we know that's Scarf Urge. That's the one thing we have going for us right now is that we know it is Scarf Urshifu. I have my Urshifu still in the back here. We're going to see what they bring in. They have to go Flutter Mane. Speed Booster. Now, I'd love to know if they were... Actually, I just bring in Gholdengo here, right? I bring in Gholdengo, and I think I'm going to redirect Nasty Plot. I think that's probably one of the best plays I have right here. Just start putting on immense amount of pressure on the following turn, and then we can go from there. There's a Shadow Ball into Amoonguss. We still have our Citrus Berry active, so that will not kill us. There's an Ivy Cudgel. Once again, will not kill us. Here's our Nasty Plot. Shadow Ball, unfortunately, will kill our Amoonguss here. So I have to play this a little bit smarter, and I'm just going to have to launch off and make it rain, and I do just have to Rage Powder. Not much I can really do. I just have to let the Ogerpon do its damage to me. I'm going to have to just live an attack from the Ogerpon. That crit earlier really kind of set us back a little bit farther than I would have liked it to. Ivy Cudgel coming out still does so much damage despite being at -1. However, we're at +2. We're going to do some good damage there. And I believe with Urshifu, we should be okay to potentially close this one out. So what they're going to do here is if they lock Surging Strikes... what's their last one? Their last one is still... I think I just need to be the faster Ursh, and I don't think I'm going to be. Right, this is an L every time. Because there's a full health Iron Hands in the back. That crit set us too far back. I think so. Because Goldengo's not living a Surging Strikes, and I have to go Surging Strikes into Ogerpon and hope it kills. But it's never going to kill. I guess I could Terra Water. But then I'm still losing, but it's my only play. So, yeah, they Surging Strikes over there. Goldengo is most certainly going to go down. We are the slower of the two Pokemon, of the two Urshifus. Our Surging Strikes will go out. One, I didn't need the Terra, but it doesn't matter. I can't do anything here. Whichever one I targeted there was wrong. That crit set me too far back. We forfeit. Basculin, the Mono Ghost? Mono Ghost is crazy. Alright. It's fine. Mono Ghost really does not want me bringing Goldengo. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, as cool as it is, because I do hit them super effectively, I don't really think I want to... I don't think I appreciate taking their hits all that much. I'm going to just go with the Baxcalibur mode and see if I can just send damage. I almost want Tailwind. Like, I really almost want Tailwind and Urshifu here. I feel like that's an okay endgame based on what I have in front of me. Yeah, let's try to send some speed in the back. Maybe we can get take advantage of things in the endgame here. But they're going to go, what, Flutter and Skeleturge? Okay, I'm fine with this. Booster Energy is really good because it just allows me to go Lava Plume, and I'm just going to Icicle Crash into the Fluttermane. If they try to protect, I can get it off next turn. I do have to Terra Poison here, unfortunately. I can't sit that safely in front of the Fluttermane as much as I'd like to sit safely in front of the Fluttermane a little bit more than I am. They're actually going to Moonblast the Gouging, though. And I am more than okay with that. I will gladly take my attack boost for free on this Baxcalibur, as Skeleturge is now going to try and burn my thermal exchange onto Baxcalibur, and that's honestly should just be a W here. I can't see this backfiring. So even if they're Scarfed, we're faster with this thing, and we do that. We're also just going to drop a Glaive Rush. I want the Skeleturge gone. Oh, we're just going to kill a Sableye. Okay. Sorry, Sableye. I hate to kill Sableye, but, you know, it's going to be gone. They're going to Wave Crash. They're not going to get there. Glaive Rush is just going to take down Sableye, and Baxcalibur absolutely proving its worth right now. I am going to Protect just because I don't really want to let it go. I will Breaking Swipe one more time and just Protect. Could go for a Lava Plume just to maybe kill off this Basculegion if I wanted to, but I don't think it matters. Basculegion is not going to kill it off anyways. Sorry, Lava Plume is not going to kill it off anyways, which we'd need to have the... we'd just be going for a burn at that point, which would probably not be worth it. Either way, Breaking Swipe going to come on out, hinder them off a tad bit more. Gouging Fire goes down to Rocky Helmet from the Skeleturge. Icy Wind is weird. Not much I can really do there in an Earth Power case. We're going to Tailwind. I beat Basculegion with Urshifu, but I also beat Skeleturge, so I think I just go into the Basculegion here. They'll Earth Power. I mean, Skeleturge might get the kill because of the Glaive Rush drop, but that's okay. Ursh comes in, and it's just Rain Dance, Surging Strikes, and the Skeleturge is not living that. So we'll go one more for you guys. Yeah, we'll go one more for you guys, and then we'll get into the... then I'll showcase the game I actually did get in on cart for you guys, just because I do think it's worth having, worth putting onto the screen. Okay, they accept the sheets. We finally get another open sheets game. You can't complain about that. It's a little weird because they do realize what we're doing. Figgy Berry Instant is cool. Nothing too crazy going on there. Covert Cloak Torn. Normal Scarf Ursh. Normal Specs Flutter with Thunderbolt. It's kind of interesting to note. Normal Lando. And pretty normal Rillaboom. Okay, so everything's pretty normal here. I really do like Gouging Fire backs into this. I think it puts on a lot of pressure. I don't love having the Goldengo on lead, mainly because of the fact that there is that Lando Eye, there is that Incineroar. My ability to sweep with Goldengo is a little bit less right now. So I think what we do is we definitely go with that, and then we bring in... I don't love Ursh endgame. I might go late game gold. It's darker. It's water Ursh, right? I might go late game gold, but Amoonguss is also really, really good here. Just as a pivot around, just to be able to live some things. Take some hits. So they're actually going to lead Incin and Fluttermane. I have zero complaints about that lead. That is really, really strong for us. What this allows me to do is I'm going to go Lava Plume. I'm going to set it up. Because if they do try to take it away from me, I don't really care. Like, if they fake out Gouging Fire, Baxcalibur is getting damage. If they fake out Baxcalibur, I'm setting up my Baxcalibur for next turn, and I'm still getting some decent Lava Plume chip off. So overall, this feels like a pretty safe turn for me. I'm not really going to complain. I can now go Ice Shard Heat Crash and kill off the Fluttermane next turn. Dazzling Gleam, not that much of a concern. And because they're specs, we have the double up with Ice Shard Heat Crash. Kill off this Fluttermane. Make sure we get it off our screen. -1 Heat Crash should kill from there, no problem. Absolutely. And they're going to do what? Flare Blitz. Going to boost me again because of the thermal exchange. Maybe thinking they were going to get me down there. But Baxcalibur is absolutely goated. Okay, Urshi Rapid Strike is fine. I mean, they're probably Scarf. We actually know they're Scarf. I don't know why I said probably. I am just going to sack Baxcalibur. I think I keep Baxcalibur because Ice Shard late game is actually incredibly, incredibly strong. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Breaking Swipe and pivot in Amoonguss. They're going to go Surging Strikes, I'm sure, into Gouging Fire. I would be shocked if they didn't. Maybe the Parting Shot here, but there's the Surging into Gouging. Nothing I can do there. Could have got Torn in on that slot, but it just didn't feel right. Didn't feel like it was a necessity. And there's a Flare Blitz. Amoonguss actually takes less than half from that, which is incredibly, incredibly strong. I go Torn first. They know I'm Rocky Helmet, so they won't be hitting into me. I don't want to click Rain Dance because I'm most certainly not going to be boosting them. I'm going to go Bleakwind Storm, and this is where I'd love to click Protect. I think I just Spore, though. Like, I think I'm just going to Spore the instant slot. Actually, I'll Spore the Earth slot because the instant slot doesn't scare me anymore. There's Surging Strikes. That's whatever. If Bleakwind Storm connects, it will go down to Urshifu, and if the Urshifu goes down to this Bleakwind, Spore actually goes into the instant. Ursh lives. That's not great. Flare Blitz. So they get the low roll into the high roll on me, and now we actually, well, Bleakwind Storm does 27 to instant. So what I do is I Ice Shard the Urshifu and I Bleakwind Storm. And I need this to just double kill. Ice Shard kills you, Bleakwind Storm comes out single target, does connect into the instant, does take it down. Okay, so we're still in this game. I get to go Tailwind versus anything that they may have. It's going to be Rillaboom. This is an interesting endgame. It's a double Protect to scout to protect and heal up on my Baxcalibur, see what they want to do. It's a little bit of a passive turn. I probably could make a harder call here and see what happens. Yeah, could have made a harder call there, but it's okay. Now, their best bet is to click Glide, and if Baxcalibur lives the Glide, we win. There's nothing else to say. If Baxcalibur lives the Grassy Glide, we are winning. They didn't actually... Oh, they're going to live. And they're going to flinch. Gaming, let's go. Thank you, Baxcalibur. We're going to go Bleakwind Storm Ice Shard now, and this game is now over. All right, so we got a little lucky there, but the next game you guys are going to see are going to be on Cart. Okay, first game is actually going to be something really unexpected in Volcarona Sinistra, but that's okay. I think we can get this to work, hopefully. Now, the question is, do I want to go with Baxcalibur or Goldengo? In fact, I might try to go both. I'm really just scared. Like, the biggest concern on the other side of the field is that Volcarona. Nothing else really terrifies me all that much. I have enough answers to pretty much the entire concept or entire team outside of that Volcarona. So I might actually lead Urshifu just to try and put on more pressure and maybe force a Terra out of it. However, that does allow it to kind of set up, and I don't know if I necessarily want to give it that. I don't know if I want to give it the satisfaction of potentially setting up a Quiver Dance. Because in theory, clicking Lava Plume effectively wins me this game into either Baxcalibur or Goldengo, except for that Volcarona. Now, I might just do it into Baxcalibur regardless, because by the time they set up, this should give me big opportunities to do massive damage into things. If they lead Incin, this lead becomes a little problematic, which is why I wanted to lead Goldengo, but the Volcarona problematic there. So, like, I don't think they're going to lead their fire type, seeing an Urshifu on this team. I could be very wrong. But I'm gonna kind of roll with it this way. I still want the Urshifu, even though there's gonna be a Gastron. I would still want the Urshifu right now. I think late game Urshifu can do a lot of things, right? I can have Urshifu on the field. I can U-turn out and force the Gastrodon on the field so I can get rid of it. I can just stay on the field. Maybe I kill the Gastrodon early. There's a lot of options for Urshifu in this endgame, but I'm just gonna send it turn 1 and see if we can get our strategy to work here, because I don't know. I just think there's a lot of games where you can go Gouging Fire Baxcalibur and win. I can just see it happening, you know? Because you also get the chip damage to break the sashes or any sort of... Okay, this is really good for us. This is actually incredibly good for us. I don't care about Gastrodon right now. I am just going to click Lava Plume Glaive Rush into the Volcarona. I can't get burned. It's a very safe play to get rid of Volcarona. I have no business not clicking Glaive Rush into Volcarona right here. I don't think they're going to tear a fairy. If anything is going to tear a fairy, it will be that Gastrodon. They could be yawning as well, which could be a tad bit annoying. However, you know what? Shoutouts to the fact that they are a blue Gastrodon, though. They know what's up. They know what's up with that blue Gastrodon. Anyways, we're going to get our Thermal Exchange, and there is the setup, which I was ever so concerned about. And here comes our Glaive Rush. Now, the question is, does +1 Glaive Rush actually do enough to take down Volcarona? Perfect. Could not ask for a better turn one than that. Now, granted, I might still get yawned here, or the like, and there it is. Speaking of might still get yawned here. There it is. Now, do I care? Do I want to pilot? Do I want to maneuver around, or do I just want to send an attack? I think it's really going to depend on what they bring in, and seeing a Flutter Mane, I am most certainly going to cycle around. There's no business just staying on the field right now. I can cycle out, get a Heat Crash into the Flutter. Didn't see a booster, so we can presume specs. This is one of those ones where I'm probably just going to sack Urshifu. I don't think I care about it anymore. Getting rid of the Volcarona was more than enough for me to be happy with the turn. So let's just sack the Urshifu here. It's a little unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I do think it's better than potentially sacking. I guess Goldengo comes in and eats too, but I didn't really want to bring Goldengo in too early. I'd rather sack the Ursh. This could be incredibly wrong, but we got to try something, right? Here comes a free Heat Crash into this... I could have just Ice Sharded as well, right? Like, I could have gone Ice Shard and Heat Crash and got the kill. But now they're going to yawn me again. However, I'm in a little bit of a better position this time because of the fact that they're going to Earth Power. No yawn. Do I live this? I do. Perfect. No yawn is incredibly strong for us right there. I think I want to go Goldengo. The problem is if I go Goldengo and I don't get the kill on... I'm going to go backs. I think I go Heat Crash into the... Actually, do I bother with the Heat Crash? What if I just went Lava Plume Ice Shard? That I like a little more because Ice Shard is going to kill. And then Lava Plume sets my backs up for an endgame. And Ice Shard is very clearly going to kill. I could also Spiky Shield on the... Sorry, no, Burning Bulwark on the Gouging Fire. Just to keep it alive a little bit, but... It's a good switch out. This is okay because we're still getting a Lava Plume off. We obviously don't know what their last mod is. It is going to be that Incineroar cannot intimidate my clear amulet. We're getting to +1, and this is the main concern. This is why I really wanted to make sure I was getting to +1. Because by not getting to +1, I get walled out by this Incineroar. Not entirely, but a little bit more than I would like. So being able to get to +1 allows me to start putting on incredible amounts of damage. They are unfortunately going to yawn. I can't do much versus that. Like, that was going to happen. Also, can we talk about how I haven't burnt the Gastrodon yet? This is where I don't know if I'm supposed to be bringing in Goldengo. I feel like I played very scared with the Goldengo here. Instant shouldn't have Protect. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to swap Goldengo in over here. And I'm going to send a Glaive Rush. If I go to bed, I go to bed. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't necessarily love this position, but it's a position that I'm going to have to be okay with. They should just fake out Baxcalibur and like Earth Power or Yawn again. But I can't risk the fact that... I guess I should have just done that, right? I guess keeping my gap, like Burning Bulwark and swap Goldengo in over here is probably enough to win the game. And maybe I should have considered that instead of just letting my piece go to sleep. But they are going to fake out the Goldengo, so we are going to get ourselves a +1 Glaive Rush off right now. And we're probably going to eat an Earth... Oh, that's going to kill. And we're probably going to eat an Earth Power, I would imagine. Into the... Okay, into the Baxcalibur slot. I am okay with that. This is annoying. This is incredibly annoying. But it's winnable. It's annoying, but it's winnable. I think it's supposed to be just immediately go Terra Fairy, make it rain, and kill the Flutter. Well, I think I would Shadow Ball to kill the Flutter. But because I don't see the reasoning behind protecting or anything like that. Let's just get the Fluttermane off the field and then see if we can win an endgame. I do have to unfortunately burn my Terra Fairy into this to try and get that to go. But once again, doesn't matter what I click here, I'm guaranteed to turn asleep. But I don't see a reason to not attempt this. That's... Are they going like dazzling... Why Terra Fairy there? Is this a Dazzling Gleam? Are they calling my Terra on Goldengo? Because that seems a little odd to me. If they do call this Terra on Goldengo and send a Moonblast, this is really ugly. However, it shouldn't be the end of the world. Like, once again, if I can get just the survival from this turn in front of this Fluttermane, I'll be okay with that. They do drop a Moonblast. Wow. Wow. That is a massive call. They get the special attack drop as well. Of course, Baxcalibur guaranteed to be asleep right there. We are going to get a Shadow Ball up at the very least. Should be enough to kill. I know we did fall down to -1. But without that special attack drop, but man, if we would have just not Terra'd right there, we'd be in such a good position. Now, I guess they cover that. If I Terra, they click Earth Power into me. Yeah, okay, so that's a little bit more valid. Right? But I don't know if that was necessarily the... I guess they have this now, right? I don't think I outpaced Gastrodon, I don't think. Well, I outpaced the... Update. I outpaced the Gastrodon if I wake up. If I wake up, I can win. If I don't wake up, I really have nothing going for me. I do need to wake up. If I wake up, I probably do just win. Because +1 Baxcalibur goes crazy. There's no way for me to try and finesse this system because they're always going to hit the Baxcalibur here. So my game plan is always just to click Breaking Swipe and Glaive Rush and hope that I can wake up and hit this thing. I need to simply wake up. Do we believe in Baxcalibur? I believe in Baxcalibur. Do you guys believe in Baxcalibur? I totally do. Here's a Breaking Swipe just for a little bit of chip damage. Bax, buddy. Let's go. You gotta just believe in Baxcalibur sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just gotta believe. Down goes the Gastron, and you know what? For the most part, the strategy kind of worked, right? We got exactly what we wanted turn 1. My mid-game was absolutely terrible here. I don't really want to get into it. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the one game I did end up getting in on cart despite all the disconnects. Unfortunately, the game said no. I would have loved to have this full thing on cartridge for you guys. So hopefully that'll fix itself, or some sort of fix will happen for that, and we'll be able to get back on cart sooner rather than later. But with that, guys, I am going to get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do enjoy this type of content, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and of course, I really do appreciate it. But with that, I am going to get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in a future video.